going on, Jerome's? So much frustration, consternation, every Asian with this game, right? And the Vikings, frankly, just didn't show up. The first 3.5 quarters of the game, and think, okay, maybe this would be like a redux of Week 1 against Chicago, but scored the go-ahead score at the end, but just mistakes down at the end, and you dug yourself too deep of a hole, and it just is what it is, right? And actually, this photo encapsulates everything that went on with this game. First off, defensive holding. Secondly, Addison dropped this. Probably would have gone for a touchdown. I mean, J.J. McCarthy was bad today, but the receivers dropped 5 balls, which we'll get to. But, yeah, just overall, it was not good at all. McCarthy, 16-32, a $150, a touchdown, 2 picks, 2 very bad picks. Well, second one was worse than the first, but it's all bad, right? He actually had a 14.9 quarterback rating before the last drive. It does get a little better. Not much, a little. When you realize that the yellow were drops on 5 pretty good thrown balls, but not splitting hairs here. It was just a bad day for number 9. It was a bad day for the Vikings, and very winnable game got away from them. But winners from the game. Diamond Dallas. Hey, silver lining. This is probably, easily Diamond Dallas Turner's best game as a pro. So Grenard out, Turner asked to do a lot more, and he stepped up. 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack. Could have been 2 sacks. 3 quarterback hits, stiffed out a screen for a beautiful tackle for loss. Really good in coverage as well. Like this close to the Gink 6 on that 3rd and 13 little slip screen. But, 1-5, staying alive, looking good. The entire offensive line was really good today, too. That's something that's been lost in the soup. 0 sacks on McCarthy. Didn't really even note many quick pressures on JJ. Also 5.5 yards per carry running the damn ball, which the Vikings did not do enough of. But the entire offensive line was good. Cashman out here looking like a modern-day Scott Studwell. 15 tackles. A huge third down stop that led to the missed field goal, but Miles Price, monster punt return when the Vikings needed it the most. Also had a kick return wiped out by a penalty. Shocker. Jordan Mason scored the first touchdown, running through arm tackles, 6 carries, 45 yards, 7.5 yards per carry, and they gave him 6 carries. Jalen Redmond. So Redmond didn't have stuff the stat box, but 6'1" was getting it done. He's become borderline unblockable. Just constantly generating pressures and getting after things. Jefferson, 5 for 61 on 9. The blocking for the Mason tight end too was beautiful to see. Aaron Jones, 70 yards rushing on 16 rushes, 4.4 yards per carry. Jones and Mason were good, man. And McCarthy, especially when it was clear that he was struggling, why was he just putting that ball up over and over and over again? All right, and again, yes, J.J. McCarthy should be making some of these throws, but if McCarthy doesn't have it, it's on Kevin O'Connell for continually calling these deep downfield passes, which you have to know your man. Is he going to put the ball in harm's way? Is his confidence waning? Kevin O'Connell keeps talking about organizations fail young quarterbacks more than young quarterbacks fail organizations. I feel like having McCarthy in a spot where he can just make those mistakes, just throwing downfield all willy-nilly, that's on Kevin O'Connell, right? Then you got Wilson. Eric Wilson just has been great, man. Pressures, playing like his hair's on fire, 10 tackles, getting after things. Byron Murphy Jr., 2 nice run tackles for loss. So actually, it wasn't so much corner blitzing as that in a condensed formation, because the Bears were running a lot of 13 personnel, 1 running back, 3 tight ends, is that Murph, he's got the tight end on the line, but if he stays in a block, you're free to do whatever you want. So Murph was really setting the edge out there, really good. Moreau, a nice third down pass broke up, really settled in as cornerback 3 for the Vikings. Came quarterback 2 for a while with Isaiah Rodgers in concussion, checking him out, but he returned the game. Andrew Van Ginkel, 8 pressures, a sack, 2 tackles for loss. Carry on my Jayward son. He was the only Viking safety that played kind of good today. But influenced a fumble, was a free rusher, tackle for loss. Addison touchdown at the end. 2 really bad drops throughout the day too. Last drive, J.J. McCarthy. So again, McCarthy on the day, not good. But he was 6 of 8 for 77 yards and a touchdown in the final drive. Probably scored a little bit too early. Yeah. But also, 77 of his 150 yards passing were on the last drive, which he had a 14.2 quarterback rating going in. Just, yeah. TID, nice tackle for loss late in the game, too. It became a game of inches. We're just trying to push him back as much as possible for as long of a field goal attempt as possible after the kick return. Losers, the 56-yard kick return at the end, where you score 50 seconds left. They had all their timeouts, need a defensive stand, but you give them a kick return where they're basically in field goal range right away. Now, I don't blame Riker for the kick. I don't blame them for the plan, but execution wasn't there. So they kicked it over to the coverage's right, and it got returned all the way over to the coverage's left. And the backside lane discipline broke down. Like, too many guys were trying to play hero ball, not doing their jobs, not playing team football, and that's why Duvernay was able to find a crease and make a big-time run. I know everyone's blaming Tavierre Thomas. We'll have to see what the All-22 says, but there's a lot of issues there. Like, Batty was there, Tavierre Thomas was there. There's another Vikings who lost lane discipline. I couldn't make out the number on there, but yeah. JJ McCarthy, like I said, was just not good today. Completed 50% of his passes, and then a go-ahead drive at the end. It is the full-on Tim Tebow experience in different packaging. I don't get it. Also, dude, just run for a first down. Slide, protect yourself, but at a certain point, too, again, shifting the blame back to Kevin O'Connell, like, you have to know your guy. Yes, you can scheme things up. Yes, you can get guys open, but if your receivers are having drops and McCarthy's having a bad day, you had a bad day, it just wasn't good. The second pick was terrible because you're in range for points. The game ended up 19-17, but you take an easy 3 off the board. You have plenty of time before the end of the half, and the Bears actually got the ball back. But, yeah. McCarthy first pick. So, under duress, didn't see Byard underneath, sort of forced it to Jefferson. Yeah. Terrible drops. Like we said, 2 for Addison, 1 for Jones, 1 for Jefferson, which I know people are taking that clip of Jefferson getting mad and like almost throwing his helmet on the sidelines as like, oh, Jefferson is fed up with McCarthy. That was the play that Jefferson dropped the very easy first down on third down. All right, now maybe the throw was like skosh too high, but that's a catch that that Jefferson makes 98 times out of 100. Right. Hawkinson also had a bad drop late. The almost sacks. So it seemed like they almost sacked him like 4 or 5 times. Ward, Turner, Redmond were in there. The defense was good throughout most of the day except for third and forever. And that's something that it seems like Flores had an issue with during his time here. But they squandered the second 25 because they gave up a 25-yard play on the second down. Third and 13 converted. Third and 14 converted. They got 14 yards on third and 19. Yeah. The Kevin O'Connell ADOT. So, again, if you want to cater to the strengths of your quarterback, and if he's not having a good day chucking the ball downfield, and you know that he's capable of doing that, shorten things up. Instead of, hey, just put the ball in play and take what's underneath, have that be the primary. Know your man, save him from himself, and also just getting away from the run game, where you're ripping off, as we get blurry, you're ripping off 5.5 yards per carry, and you only run the ball 22 times, was it? Yeah, 22 times. 16 carries for Jones, 6 for Mason. A Viking safety room, especially late in the game, just Metellus. I know he had 10 tackles, but missed a couple. Harrison, same thing too. Harrison is still him, but half a step slower. Theo Jackson had a nice punch out, but other than that, yeah. Again, I think Jay Ward was the Vikings' best safety today. Plus, team body language is just bad. Just bad. And it's way different than last year where McCarthy sort of throwing his hands up in frustration after Darisaw had that false start. Miles Price not looking great after the hold call on his nice kick return. It just seems like there was a little bit of finger pointing going on, right? And good teams don't have that. Which, I mean, good teams are winning. So, I don't know. But this one, the Vikings needed this one. So now You're at Green Bay, at Seattle. Got Washington at home. Jaden Daniels could return. At Dallas, at the Giants. Jameis. Then Detroit, Christmas afternoon. And then the Packers, week 18. So overall, the Vikings need these last two games bad. But 6-4, looking to go 4-6, looking to go 5-6, looking to be 3-1 in division. God, this game was huge as I become unfocused again. Just really frustrating. But we saw Tehran and McCarthy. Like, the high highs are there, but you literally just can't be throwing it all willy-nilly these first three quarters. There was no continuity. There was no flow. As I get blurry again, everything was just bad. Last drive, good. Everything else, bad. Maybe McCarthy should just treat every drive like it's the fourth quarter and we need a score. That'd be good. Anyways, Bears-Vikings recap. Let us know who are your winners, who are your losers. Let us know. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.